About an hour or two later, the plane went down. All lives aboard were lost. It's actually a medrash. The medrash in Koheles gives this kind of mashal of a guy who comes to a port and he just missed the boat and he's standing there cursing. And then days later he hears that the ship went down at sea. How he thanks Hashem, right? So missing the boat was really the guy's salvation. I may have bumped my knee. I may have had this problem. I may have lost my job and I ended up in a different community, whatever the case is, and now I'm happy because where I am, it works. And whatnot. There's a lot of things that happen to people that we don't understand. And you'll never understand it. You'll never understand it. But when you bring Hashem into your equation, then you're automatically going to know that Hashem is there for you. And even the bad things that happen are also good. They also work. Okay? So that's how you bring joy into it. Yes?
Rabbi Nachman talks a lot about clapping and dancing, singing, other sorts of, I don't mean this as a bizayon, but shortcuts to happiness or
No, they're not shortcuts. He says they're means, not shortcuts, but they are means, vehicles to bring you to joy. Right? Rabbi Nosson once said to somebody, you should dance. He said, I don't feel it. He said, why not? I just don't have it. So then borrow it from a future dance. Right? Rabbi Nosson. Right? You told him, borrow it from a future dance. Right? There's ways to do it. Right? There's ways to make yourself happy. And you're not happy, force the happiness. Force a smile. Rabbi Nachman says like this, you don't know the effect you can have on people. But if you greet somebody with a smile, right? Greeting somebody with a smile, you don't know what problems that person is having right now. You don't know. And cool, for all you know, you may even be contemplating suicide. You may be so distraught. Nobody knows. But when you greet him with a smile, you've brought a smile to his house. They have those smile cookies and they have those smile things, whatever they got. The emojoys that they have in the computers, you can drop it in at the end of a message. You don't know what the smile could do. You don't know. I'll tell you this. A couple of guys who have been in Uman, we have a mikveh. We call it the rubber ducky mikveh. We have our own mikveh in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, right? We have a rubber ducky mikveh, right? When I went with the contractor to go pick up the tiles, we're looking at different tiles here and there, and I saw a box of tiles with rubber duckies on it. I said to him, buy this box. I want it inside of me. He looks at me like I'm crazy. I'm out of this world. Well, what are you doing? I said, buy the box, and I want the duckies put, intervals around the mikveh. Okay, why? I wouldn't tell him. This was a couple of months, came Rosh Hashanah, the mikveh was open. He says, you gotta tell me why you wanted the rubber duckies in the mikveh. Right? I said to him, Uman is not the most here. I said, Richmond is a very beautiful town. You come to grass, the green, everything is there. You come to Uman, what we call the Ukrainian Riviera, right? Well, you come there, it's a very depressing place. Have you been there? So you know I'm right, yeah? Okay. If I'm right in one thing, it's this. It's a depressing place, right? You go there, you look at, this is what I'm surrounded with. In the old days, we didn't even have indoor plumbing, let alone a mikveh. Okay. They said, Uman is a depressing place as a city, right? The Soviets, when they built everything. They had one architect for the whole country. Everything looks the same, and it's all corroded and wearing apart. I says, you come into the city, this is what you're going to see. And then people are going to come to the mikveh, and they're going to walk into the mikveh like a mikveh, right? You can go into a regular mikveh, and then all of a sudden they're going to see in front of them a tile with a ducky on it. What do you think the guy is going to do? What would he do?
Smile.
Smile. He says, I want to smile. That's what I told him. I want that smile. Right? And Baruch Hashem, it's worked for many people. Right? I want that smile. And it is that way. By the way, just as an afterthought, I actually bought in a toy store rubber duckies for the mikveh too, so that the guys can play with it if they want. But that's a side issue.
And
Right?
the rubber fish too. The rubber fish.
We had that, but they
Yeah.
died. But if you come up now on the stairs of the mikveh, when you come up on the bottom of the stairs, there's a tile with fish in there. We have that too. We thought of everything. Anyway, no. The main thing is that you have to make the joy happen. You have to do it. Dance, sing. You're lying in bed at night, you can't sleep. Has it ever happened? All right? Sing to Hashem. Take a niggin, 2 niggins, 5 niggins, whatever it is, and sing to Hashem. Right? I don't care if it's a Hasidic niggin or Beethoven's Fifth, it doesn't matter. Right? Sing. If you want, you're standing up, you're walking around, clap and dance. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Right? Do it. What's wrong? What is wrong? Nothing. In the meantime, you're going to be happy. You're going to feel happy, or happier. You may not feel completely happy, but you'll feel happier. Right? And that's going to go a long way to your opening your mind to recognizing that Hashem is here, Hashem is there, and Hashem is going to take care of you. Okay? So that's the second thing of Rabbi Nachman. One of the major points is what Judaism is all about. Judaism is faith in Hashem. Right? If you don't believe in Hashem, what's the sense of Judaism? Take a look at how many, unfortunately, millions of Jews today around the world don't even understand what the word faith means. Right? They don't have an idea what's faith. Faith means, emunah means I believe there is a God, I believe He created me for a purpose, and I believe that I'm supposed to spend my life trying to find ways to come closer to Him. Faith, right? Now, there's a lot of ways to approach faith. There's a simple faith where I don't really know anything about Hashem. I really don't. How do I know about Hashem? Right? He's invisible. He's the infinite light. He's whatever He is, but I don't see Him. How do I get to experience Him? How do I get... So what we have to do is learn to build faith. I believe in God. I believe in His Torah. I believe in His mitzvahs. I believe that I have a purpose in life. That's also part of faith. And Rabbi Nosson says that. There are 4 parts to faith. Faith in Hashem, faith in the Torah, faith in the true leaders, the tzaddikim, the real tzaddikim. But there's a 4th element, and that's faith in yourself. Faith in yourself that you take up an important place in Hashem's world. Because if not, you wouldn't be here. But He has a purpose for you. And you have a purpose in life. I have to feel the faith in myself first in order for me to develop the faith in Hashem. Because if I don't believe in myself, then what is faith in Hashem? Oh yeah, He exists. Big deal. But if I believe that I have a purpose and I could accomplish something, I could contribute as much or as little as I can contribute, whatever it is, even a tiny bit, right? That little bit will give you the faith to know that you can go further. And you can go further because God is infinite. Right? Emunah. It's called emunah. Now, there are a lot of people that approach Hashem and Judaism from a philosophical viewpoint. Right? Right? The best joke I heard about this is the best statement, really, and not so much a joke as reality, is in a philosophy class in university. The professor was asking, prove that you exist. Prove that you exist. Right? One kid answered, I pay tuition. I exist. Right? I exist. I'm doing something. I am doing something. I'm accomplishing something. Right? Philosophy takes us nowhere. Thinking, deep thinking, where is Hashem? What's he doing? What's it all about? Why does this happen? Why does that happen? Right? A lot of things that we know. You can ask about the Holocaust 1,000,000 times. Where was God during the Holocaust? Frankly, the Torah says God was exactly where he said he would be. He says, you serve me, you do it right, I'll be there for you. You don't serve me, you don't do it right, you serve idolatry, you do whatever it is you're doing, you're going to suffer. It's Deuteronomy 28. There's a whole chapter on that. Right? He was exactly where he said he would be during it. But that's not our answer. That's not what I'm supposed to be looking for. I'm supposed to be looking for God, where he is, where I can't find him. Right? There's enough challenges in life that will challenge my ability to say, God, what's going on with me now? Right? We live in Israel, Baruch Hashem. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, we have to deal with the Arabs. Anyone hear of the Arabs, right? Right? We have to deal with them, right? You could be walking down the street, a guy comes over to you, sticks a knife in your back or your front or any other place, right? You can do anything else you want, a roadside bomb, they'll shoot at you, whatever. Why? Why? These Arabs never had it better than since they came under Israel's rule. They never had it better. They were all in refugee camps. They had nothing. Israel gave them universities, food, jobs, whatever, right? They can't stand it. Okay, that's a discussion not for tonight, right? But the point is that we have to deal with it. Why? Why? The Zohar says that Sarai, Sarah, the matriarch, was barren. She couldn't have children. So what she did was she took her maidservant, Hagar, she gave her to Avraham, and they had a child, Yishmael. Right? To have this Yishmael, and Avraham praised for him. That was last week's parsha. This week's parsha, Baruch Hashem, he kicked him out of the house, but it didn't help. It didn't help. Rashi explains that he stood and he started stealing from people. Vayeshev b'midbar paran vayhi roveh kashot. Rashi says that he used to stand on the roads and steal from people. It's happening today. All the oil prices and everything that goes on, right? You can take and you can dismember a member or a journalist, right? It's fine, no problem, right? An Arab does things like this, right? Why do we have to deal with it? Because the Ramban explains that Sarai, she overworked Hagar, the maidservant, but she overworked her. And he says, our patriarchs and matriarchs should not have acted that way toward their servants, right? The Zohar goes further and says, because of the whatever happened with Avram and whatnot, Yishmael became a member of Avram's household, and he took a bris. He had the mitzvah of bris, right? Last week's parsha, and because he had that mitzvah, he demanded, his angel on high demanded that Yishmael also take part of the sanctity